Hello viewers, welcome back to another video from PBS Zoology. In this video session, I discuss the morphological and anatomical evidences. In the previous session, we have talked about paleontological evidences, means fossil evidences. How fossil evidences indicate evolution of organisms, types of fossils, and aging of fossils. All those concepts were completed in the last video. In this video, we discuss morphological and anatomical evidences to support the process of evolution has occurred indeed. First of all, you have to know the meaning for this word morphology. What is morphology? Morphology refers to study of characteristic features such as shape, size, color and form of organisms. Study of shape, size, color and form of organisms. Whereas anatomy refers to study of structure and arrangement of internal organs of the body. Study of structure and arrangement of internal organs of the body. Under these evidences, we explain whether organisms of today possess common ancestry or not. Okay, let's start this. Nowadays, there are many living organisms in our surroundings. These living organisms exhibit similarities among themselves, means some organisms exhibit similarities and some organisms exhibit differences. Why similarities are present in some organisms? Similarities are due to sharing common ancestry. Some organisms exhibit similarities. Those similarities in such organisms are due to their common ancestry. Some other organisms do not exhibit similarities, indicating they don't have common ancestry. So, organisms whether shared a common ancestry or not, this can be easily understood by their morphology and anatomy. You should know this point very clearly. Similarities, if present in any organisms, they share common ancestry. If differences are present in any organisms, they don't share common ancestry, but they live in same habitat. Okay? These evidences can be explained under four important side headings. One of them, homologous organs. Second one, analogous organs. Third one, connecting links. And fourth one, vestigial organs. And the last and final, atavism, also known as reversion. So these are various side headings we have to explain under such evidences. Okay, of those all, first let's explain homologous organs. Okay, see, homologous organs, analogous organs, connecting links, vestigial organs, atavism. Other name of atavism is reversion. Of those all, first now let's discuss homologous organs and their importance. Homologous organs are the organs of organisms having common origin and similar structure, but may perform different functions. Different functions. See the definition? Homologous organs are organs of organisms have common origin. This is important. Common origin and similar structure. Origin must be same, structure must be same, but they may perform different functions. So organs with the same structure and origin, if performing a different function, that is called, they are called homologous organs. The process of structural similarity is called homology. What is homology? The process of structural similarity in organs known as homology. This homology indicates divergent evolution. Divergent evolution. I explain divergent evolution next. Okay. Divergent evolution is indicated by homology. Presence of structural similarity is called homology. Organs having same structure with different functions are known as homologous organs. Okay? Homologous organs indicate common ancestry. That means which organisms have structural similarity, which organisms have homologous organs. All such organisms share common ancestors. Okay? Examples. Number 1. 4 limbs of man, whale, bat and cheetah. Bat and cheetah. What are they? 4 limbs in all these mammals to be considered. Right? 4 limb of man, nothing but arm. 4 limb of whale, that is generally known as a flipper. 4 limb of bat, that is generally called wing. 4 limb of a cheetah. Okay, what are these all? Different functions are performed by them. See, all the mentioned organisms are mammals. All are mammals. In all these organisms, 4 limbs are internally made up of or internally supported by similar bones. What are the bones? Humerus. Yes, upper arm contains humerus. Next, radius and ulna. Next, carpals in the wrist, metacarpals and phalanges. So this is common structure present in all these organisms of 4 limbs. Okay, all these organisms have same type of structural bones in their 4 limbs. Why all these organisms show that structural similarity in their 4 limbs? At the beginning we have mentioned structural similarity in organisms is due to sharing common ancestry. That indicates all these organisms like man, whale, bat and cheetah, all are mammals. All these mammals have evolved from common ancestors. Since they evolved from common ancestors, they have shown structural similarity in their 4 limbs. Okay? Example number 2. Brain and heart in vertebrates. In all vertebrates, ranging from fishes up to mammals, the regions in brain remain same. What are the regions in brain? Very anteriorly, olfactory lobes, cerebral hemispheres, diencephalon, optic lobes, cerebellum, pons varolii, medulla oblongata. All these structures are same in brain of all vertebrates, indicating all vertebrates also descended from common ancestors. Similarly, heart of vertebrates is structurally same in all organisms. In all vertebrates, heart is made up of cardiac muscle and is composed of chambers. Some have two-chambered heart, fishes, amphibians and reptiles have three-chambered heart. Crocodiles, apes and mammals have four-chambered heart. Why structural similarity? Why all organisms are having muscular heart? Why that structural similarity? Because all the vertebrates were evolved from common ancestors. So here the fundamental point you have to remember is structural similarity is due to sharing common ancestry. That's it. Next, another example. Mouth parts of insects. Different insects have homologous organs which are mouth parts. In various insects, the common structure of mouth parts remains same. What are the common mouth parts present in all insects? Labrum, nothing but upper lip, labium, lower lip, mandibles, maxillae. These common parts are present in all insects, but these mouth parts perform different functions. In some insects, mouth parts are useful for biting and chewing. Cockroach. In mosquitoes, mouth parts are useful for piercing and sucking the blood. Thus, in spite of having same structure, they perform different functions. Why? Mouth parts of various insects having structural similarity? Because all the insects were descended from common ancestors. Next example. Thorns of bougainvillea. This is plant example. Thorns of bougainvillea, which are structurally similar with tendrils of cucurbita. This is plant example given in NCERT. Thorns of bougainvillea are structurally similar with tendrils of cucurbita. How they are structurally similar? They have common origin. Both of them arise from axillary point. In axillary point of bougainvillea, thorn arises. In the same axillary portion of the cucurbita, tendril arises. So, from common point they arose. What is the common point? Axillary portion. Since they arise from common point, they have same structure. Why do they possess the same structure? Because bougainvillea and cucurbita might share common ancestry. So all these examples suggest that structural similarity in various organisms is due to sharing common ancestry. Now, presence of structural similarity is known as homology. Okay. Now let's discuss divergent evolution. What is divergent evolution? Homology indicates divergent evolution. Very important. This definition is very important. Now see, to explain that divergent evolution, once again let us consider four limbs of man, whale, bat and cheetah. Here the shortcut to remember that example. WBC. Human WBC. Humans, man. W represents whale, B represents bat, C represents cheetah. In all these organisms, four limbs have structural similarity in terms of bones. Okay, they have structural similarity. But these four limbs perform different functions. In hand, four limb is useful for, in human beings, four limb is useful for grab something. We can grab something with our four limb. So function of four limb in man is grab something. And four limb of whale helps in swimming. Four limb of bat helps in flying. Four limb of a cheetah that is adapted for running fast. So structural similarity is there, but they are performing different functions. Right? All these are mammals. All these are mammals. Now see the definition for divergent evolution in this example. In these organisms, Organs have structural similarity. Yes, four limbs have structural similarity, performing different functions due to adaptations in different needs. That is process of, now I write this, when same structures, when organs with the same structure, I write that, when organs with the same structure perform or develop in different directions due to adaptations in different needs or adaptations to different needs. See this, when organs with same structure develop in different directions due to adaptations to different needs, that is called, what is this process called? Divergent evolution. In understandable way, divergent evolution also can be explained like this: the process of development of organs with the same structure in different habitats to perform different functions. I repeat again, the process of development of organs with different functions in different habitats. The process of development of organs with different function in different habitats, that is called divergent evolution. Like this, all the organisms, namely humans, whales, bats and cat, were descended from common ancestors, but they go to different habitats. According to the habitats where they go, they have to exhibit functional difference. That type of the process of organs performing different functions in different habitats is known as divergent evolution. So homology indicate divergent evolution. Homologous organs indicate divergent evolution. Once again, I repeat the definition for divergent evolution as per NCERT. When organs with the same structure develop in different directions due to adaptations to different needs, called divergent evolution. In a simple sense, evolution of organs with a different function in the same group of organisms in different habitats. Evolution of organs with different functions in the same group of organisms to suit different habitats, called divergent evolution. Okay, this is about homology. I repeat the important points here. Homologous organs are organs with the same structure but performing different functions. The process of structural similarity in different organs of organisms is called homology. Homology indicates which evolutionary process? Divergent evolution. Examples to homologous organs: human WBC, shortcut; forelimb of human being; flipper of whale; wing of bat; forelimb of cheetah. Second example, mouthparts of insects. Another example, thorn of bougainvillea and tendril of a cucurbita. All these homologous organs in different organisms indicate common ancestry. Okay, when organs with the same structure perform different functions in different needs in different habitats, that is called divergent evolution. Don't forget this point. Homologous organs indicate which evolutionary process? Divergent evolution in different habitats. Okay, this is about divergent evolution and homologous organs. In the coming video session, we discuss analogous organs with examples and even evolutionary process explained by analogous organs. Okay. And if you like this video, you can subscribe and also share with your friends. Thank you so much.